So something I've wanted to do for quite a while is I wanted to start a YouTube channel documenting the progress for Kernahans rubbish removal, Kernahans Contractors. And last year was a hectic year for us, so I didn't really have time to even think about doing this, but it's something I wanted to do for quite a while now. Now, obviously 2022 is here now, and I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to take the plunge. I'm going to start recording, showing you guys a little bit behind the scenes, exactly how we operate. Because from the front end, people, you know, they go to our website, they see what we do, they see all the information, but if you're a customer and you're looking for a service, that's great. But at the same time, you know, kind of, what do you do once the rubbish is collected? How do you process it? What do you do with it, and so forth? So I just said to a few of the lads, I said to the girl in the office here, Vesta, who you'll meet later, and I just said, you know what, I think this is what we should do. I said, I think we should start a YouTube channel, start documenting, get more social, and that's what we're doing. So I'm going to keep this intro kind of sweet, short and sweet, because it's like a little bit weird for me at the moment. I haven't done this stuff for a while. And yeah, so today I thought, you know what, we'll get the drone out, we'll start filming a little bit, because we've just moved from the Kernahans rubbish removal. We started as contracting, we started the rubbish removal, and we've done really well on the vans, the man and van side of it. And then we've now progressed into the skip hire. So we bought ourselves a skip lorry, we bought a load of skips, and today we're actually painting the skips. So a couple of the lads are out there now, been sanding them down, getting all the rough edges of them, and we're just going to get the paint gun out, spraying them all over, hopefully give them a few coats of paint today. Today's actually quite nice, the sun's up, it's not hot, it's still like 2 or 3 degrees. And we're going to do a bit of painting. So we flew the drone up this morning, you'll see that footage now, I'll play that, and basically just moved all the vehicles out the way. Reason being is because if there is a gust of wind while we're spraying outside, I don't want the paint to be going over the vehicles. I don't want it to you know, get on anyone's like cars or personal stuff. So we just I rang my friend up, Brian, this morning. I said, look, can I put a few vehicles in your yard? He said, absolutely. He's literally right on the next to me. And yeah, so we're going to go out there now, get my overalls on, which I've got right here, and got young George down there now, just doing a bit of prep work, and we're going to get a few coats of paint on them, and that's what we're doing today. And then hopefully I'll check in with you in a bit, and keep saying but yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I hope you guys enjoy the videos. If you've got any suggestions or anything that you want to recommend, we're happy to show you. But I did film a nice little video the other day. I don't know when I'm going to release it, but we made quite a little bit of money. Why is the music playing on here? So we made quite a bit of money the other day from scrap that had accumulated from jobs that had just came in. So we don't collect scrap, but it was just off the jobs. And I've done a video, I wanted to see exactly how much that made, and current scrap prices in the UK at the moment. So that's something you'll be seeing coming from us, and yeah, we'll go from there. Gonna go outside now, get kitted up, and get spraying. Get my overalls on. I think they still fit. So get these on, so I don't get no paint on myself. Oh, Jesus. And I'm not a paint sprayer, but I'll turn my hand to anything that needs to be done. And oh, they fit, look. Look like I do some work now, don't I? But yeah, so we was, whilst we was out moving the vehicles about, I had the drones up, and Preacher, our dogs, we was taking the dogs out in the yard, letting them have a run about. And while we was doing that, he was like barking. This is Preacher, that. Here, little boy. You gonna say hello? He's like, leave me alone. I'm trying to relax. He's just over a year old now. He didn't like the drone, did you? But he chases it, and then look, this is Isabel. You gonna say hello? Hey? He's my little baby. She's nearly 12 years old, and I had her since she was 7 weeks old. Tiny little pup like that, goes everywhere with us, comes to the yard every day, comes home. She literally lives the dream. So there's young George down there. He's doing a bit of prep work on the skips, getting them ready for when I come down, and then go down there now, start getting spraying. He's got the compressor out. He's a good lad, that George. I'll introduce you to him in a minute. So you might see some of this footage, you might see barely any of it. It depends what I choose when I come to edit it. I don't want to keep the vlogs too long and the videos for the business, but at the same time I do want to include as much information as I can. And I keep saying, So there's a different one this time. So we'll go downstairs.
Want me to pinch you every time you say and the.
You're gonna what?
Pinch you.
Pinch me?
Mm.
Right. Go downstairs. Put this to sleep. And oh my life. And we're going outside. How you doing, George? Look, you're going to introduce yourself. This is George. He's a young lad. He works for us. Been with us for a little while now, haven't you? Yeah. Yeah? Getting everything ready, ain't you? He's a good lad. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Are we ready, George? We've got to start mixing some paint, haven't we? Do you want these? So basically what it is, we've got these skips. Bought these skips off a man who's getting rid of them. And to be honest with you, there's nothing really wrong with them. There's a few that have got dinks and so forth, so we're not going to worry about putting those out because they're all pretty watertight. A few dinks in that, but we just give them a bit of a rough up. We're just going to apply paint straight to it. By doing that, just gives them a nice clean paint. We've got some paint over there. We've got the we're going to go Oxford blue on the sides, the Kernahans logo, and then we're also going to go the yellow on the front. We're going to get a load of new chevron boards to put up the front of them, and hopefully we get these ones painted today. There's a few more over there, but they're not accessible at the moment, so we're not going to touch them. But they're filled with hardcore that came back off jobs, and that area is just kind of like the rubbish area, so we don't really touch this area at the moment. Once we get this sorted, we can stack these up, and then we've got about another 15 or 20 skips coming either this week or early next week. Once they're here, obviously that's going to be the same process, and then we'll start going to put them out on jobs, advertise it on the website, which is already on there. You can go on kernahans.co.uk, the link's in the description. You can see under our services a skip hire, see exactly what we do and how we're going to plan on doing it. So it's all there. So at the moment we're just delivering skips locally, with ones that are kind of plain, they've got no one else's logo on them. We're just buying them as and when they come in, but it's quite hard to get hold of them at the moment. So yeah, we're going to crack on with this. I decided to let George have a go. Neither of me and him are paint sprayers, but I said to him what we do is we're taking it in turns, see how it goes. So I've got to shoot off now, I've got to go pick my daughter up. He's doing good though, look. He's one of these lads, right? If you tell him to do something, he'll do it. If he's never done it before, if you tell him how to do it and show him how to do it, he'll just get on with it, he'll do it, and he'll do it to the best of his ability. To be honest, these are only skips, you know, we're not painting vehicles, we're not, you know, they're not going to be like showpieces. Obviously they're going to look the part anyway because of the colours, but at the same time, this is the best thing to practice on, I suppose, because it ain't a vehicle, it ain't going to be like, doesn't matter if there's a couple of runs in the paint. Keep going, you're alright. Just skip there, go that way a little bit. But yeah, so basically we put one coat on. It's covered up most of the writing. This was only just stenciled on. If we come around the other side, it's probably going to need a good couple of coats to really cover it. But it's already looking better. That's one coat. And it's already dry. I've done this one, what, 10 minutes ago? Didn't go too heavy on the paint this side. I went heavier that side, but to be honest, it's coming out actually alright, better than I expected. Obviously we're going to do the blues first, so the sides are going to be the Oxford blue. We'll do the sides on all of them, and then when we, if we don't get a chance to do it today, we'll do it tomorrow, then we'll start doing the gates and the front ends of the skips, give them a new coat of paint. Then we're going to order a load of chevron boards to replace these chevrons. I said to the boys, no point taking them off, it's too cold. It weren't peeling off properly, otherwise unless you've got a heat gun and to do it properly. So I said we'll leave them on there for now, and then when we've got a chance we'll get some new ones, just go straight over them. So far, so good. What time is it now? 10:49, and we're winning. The one thing is I should have done earlier, which I didn't, is where we're going out here, and it's quite bright light. As you can see, it's quite harsh here. And then we're going over there, and it's, you know, in the shade of the roll-on, roll-off bins and the retaining wall. We have to keep changing the aperture so that the light doesn't affect the camera too much when we're coming in, so we make post-production editing easier. But what I should have done is I should have slapped on one of these. This is a neutral density filter. It goes over the ring on the end of the lens. And basically what it is, it goes from dark to light. So you can maintain your camera shutter speed, your aperture, your ISO, and then all you've got to do to adjust it when you're going from a different light is just change this ring. So I'm going to slap that on now. Hopefully that'll clean up the image a little bit better. And rather than going from a harsh light to a dark light, all we've got to do now is maintain this ring, change it accordingly on the end of the camera, and we're going to get a bit of better picture quality. As you can see, it's really, really bright here. Now obviously Vesta, she's back up in the office taking calls at the moment, doing a bit of work. But if I'm out here just filming, all I've got to do is just come over here quickly, wind this ring down a few stops, and instantly you get a bit of picture quality. Now I can't actually see it because the sun's shining on my face, so I can't see the LCD screen. But yeah, it's a better picture quality. It allows me to maintain those same camera settings, and all I've got to do is just change the ring. Look at that, he's got a coat of paint on this side. Looking good. Come around here. So I'm calling that progress. I think we're doing alright so far. We've got 2 skips with a coat of paint on them. Obviously this one's dry. Look again, look, they've changed that neutral density filter, bang. One swift turn. And now I'm in harsh light so you can actually see my face. If I turn this way, it's going to be blown out for you. But yeah, so we've got all the vehicles over there at the moment. Obviously George is down here paint spraying around the back. And we're making progress. We're getting there. We're doing what we've got to do. Keep them busy. Me and George have been out there. We just had something to eat, but we went back out there. We've applied a second coat. So all the skips have got a first coat on them now. There's one skip down here that we're not going to bother doing because that's just a scrap skip where the scrap metal goes. So that just stays in the yard at all times. These are the ones that are going to be going out on customers' jobs and so forth. So basically we done a second coat on one of the skips, and I think, to be honest, it's going to be enough paint. But I just said to George, he's put a jacket on. I said, I'm putting a coat on, mate. It's too cold, so I'll put my jacket on. Put it back under here. Oh. It is bitter today. So wrap up warm, and let's go and have a look. I think George he's spraying out there at the moment. Started another load. Just mixed up some more paint. That paint got through it quickly though. Done nearly a full, I think it's 5 litres. Here's a 5 litre can, I think. Maybe 2.5 litres, I'm not sure. No, it's 5 litre can of the Oxford Blue. That gave us one coat on 5 skips. So we're probably going to aim to get about 4 or 5 more cans of that when we get the new skips coming in, which should be here in a few weeks. And but we'll do a video when we pick them up. So we're not going far. But yeah, we'll go back down here, see how we're getting on. So you just had a coat of paint on about an hour ago, but you can still see that side's had 2 coats, and it's come out really well. I don't think it's going to need another one, but you can still see imperfections and that. So we're going to give it a second coat, see how it looks. We've got a little bit of air in here, so yeah, look, that's going right over it. Yeah. Alright, we'll give it another coat. Go for that. Yeah. Alright, let's give it a coat. We're going to go with 2 coats. This one's had its second coat now. I've just done it a minute ago. It's dry already, and the wind is facing this way. But yeah, I think 2 coats does it. It looks alright. So that's what we've decided to go with now. Another thing is, in my mind, I want them to look perfect. And they're old skips. They've been battered. They've had a day. Do you know what I mean? They've worked. So obviously, when you're spraying like new metal, say it's like, I don't know, a panel of a motor, I'd imagine you want it spot on, it's going to look the bollocks. But with this, because it's, they're skips, they're working, they earn their money, so they're not going to look perfect. But I still in my mind think I should have it perfect. So I'm going to leave George doing the rest now. We're going to focus on getting that done. So that's 6 yards, 2 8s and a 10. We'll leave that 14 for tomorrow, and then hopefully I'll make a phone call, we'll get the rest of them. We'll start painting them this week, the weekend, next week as well. Start getting them out on the roads. And one other thing, obviously we're doing the blues now. We won't be doing the yellows today. We'll do the yellows tomorrow. So what we're going to do, paint all these in a nice yellow, which I've got over there, and then the man that done our vinyl wrapping for one of our vans, we're going to get him to make us up some stickers with the company name on it, contact information, just so that when they're out on site, people know who skip it belongs to, where's it come from. It's a bit of advertising. And then we've got to get some vinyls made up with some stencils, just so on here we can put the number so that the customer knows that it's a 6 yard or an 8 yard or a 10, 12 yard. Also helps, I suppose, because if you're out on site, someone drives past someone's house, they see a skip, they go, oh, I can do a skip that size. Oh, I saw one of your skips and it had a number 6 on it. Oh, that's a 6 yarder. No worries, we'll send you one out, job done. Another bit of information.